All right. Okay, so let's get this on the road. So it's actually been a while since I've done a live reaction. Sorry about all the delays. Just been pretty busy. So this is another live reaction. We're going to be I think I forgot video capture. Yes, let me add a window capture here. Window capture. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So let's put that over here or something. Yeah, let's try and, or a little bit smaller, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to every day, every time I do this, I have a different setup. Every time I do this, I have like a different setup, and it's never I'm never like happy with like the ending setup. So hopefully this one works. But it's not going to, right? You know, I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll go with like a different one. So okay, let's give it a shot here. So this one has 3 videos. So the first one here is actually by JuJu. This one is
auto shutdown initiated.
So this one is how hard fighting game combos used to be. So by RDC World.
Auto shutdown canceled.
All right, let me go to this combo list real fast.
All right. Okay.
What the fuck? This combo's hard as hell. Man, hell, I'm just trying to do the ultra anyway. I'm just gonna go to the ultra. They tripping. All right, here go the ultra right here.
Okay.
XXAABBYY. Throw the controller. Throw the controller 2 times? What the fuck does that mean? How do they even know I'm throwing the controller? Throw the controller 2 times? How? Oh, okay. Throw the controller 2 times. LB, RB. To be continued? What am I supposed to do? So when I get to the end of the combo, they gonna tell me the rest? How can anybody do that? So you tell me there's a part 2 to the combo? Come on. Who's doing this shit? Show me demonstration. I don't believe it. Let me go. Demonstration right here.
Okay.
That nigga really hit that combo. He really threw the controller 2 times. So there's niggas out here learning these combos. For what though? I can't do that shit, but okay.
Is the audio a little quiet? No, I guess not.
Throw the controller 2 times. Come on, bro. XXAABBYY. Alright, throw the controller 2 times. Rotate, LBRB. Bro, my nigga not doing it. He only doing punches and kicks. He not doing nothing like that. XXAABBYY. Throw the controller 2 times. Rotate, LL. Man, come on! Nobody can do this shit. This shit is impossible. I don't care what that nigga showed me. All right, you know what? That's all right. I'm done with this game. But guess what though? This ain't the end of this. I'm gonna change this shit. Watch.
So what makes you the right person for this job?
Okay, I do like how abrupt that cut was.
Graduated with a 4.0 in video game design from one of the most prestigious universities, so I do feel like I'm well qualified for the position. So
yeah, well that sounds good to me. You're hired.
Thank you. Input combo, huh? All right.
KO.
Yeah, how you like that? Flip that controller, huh? Now, every fighting game in the world after this one will be just like this.
Okay.
Prepare for
I did like the
that comes our way.
I did like the kind of like the punchline to it. Yeah, that was I assume there's no more video after this, right? This is like the end. There's let me see. Come on.
To school.
Come on.
Chromebook. Available at best.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sure. Okay, that is the end. All right. Yeah. So, no thanks. Okay. I don't really have much to say. I'm of the belief that combo complexity is just like pointless. I'm of the belief that combos should be more simple, and the reason why is because what really matters in fighting games, right? What really determines, I think, player skill in fighting games should not be whether somebody is willing to sit down, for like 8 hours and do the same buttons over and over and over again to do a combo. But rather, do people have a good idea of like the neutral game? Do they have a good idea of like defensive versus offensive options? What the frame data dictates? Those kinds of things. And this is also something that a lot of people kind of don't really, a lot of, I guess, casuals, right? I'm very uneasy about using that word, but this is something a lot of casuals also kind of ignore, which is just a fighting game's difficulty is not a result of simply how hard its combos are, but also how tricky some of its other elements can be. So a game could have very complex or very simple combos, but also have like very complex movement options. So that kind of stuff. And this is coming from somebody who's like played this is coming from somebody who's like played like Hakumen, right? Who's got like mid dragon punch like cancel stuff. So it's not that, I don't like the idea of combo complexity. I think movement is really what matters. But who cares? Who cares? I don't think it's so it's actually really funny because I don't know exactly what RDC World's general argument or thesis is. I know it's a comedy video, right? I know it's a comedy video. But the reality of why combos have become increasingly simplified, or at least like why they're becoming easier to pull off, is because it's really flashy. And people new to fighting games want really flashy options. The reason why is because, for the most part, a lot of new players they're helping to either expand the scene, but also they bring in more revenue for developers and studios. So it's easier to have simple combos. If you have complex combos, they're very off-put by what's going on. And so that's kind of the reason why. I think Core A talks a little bit about this. Core A Gaming talks a little bit about this. How there's a very uneasy tension that exists in the fighting game community with stuff like input complexity, because simpler inputs brings in more people, because the people who are still there, they're great, they're maintaining a great community, but they might not necessarily be they're not the greatest draw. So there's a very fine balancing act that kind of happens. So yeah, that was How Hard Fighting Game Combos Used to Be by RDC World. Thank you, JuJu, for the submission. The next one here is by GilLiesHere, and that is Martin Cabello compilation. All right, so let's take a look.
My wife's new plan? What do you think you're gonna do, baby? Maybe
start a YouTube channel, but maybe.
we might start a YouTube channel. Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Martin Cabello.
My sword, you put a string on it like this. You put your hand through so it can't be taken. Now, when you think about this, for the men in Ocean Shores, the old men, to repeatedly take me out of my house, so that the women and children that are sexually exploited by blue-collar men in my community would no longer have a place to run to in my community, and Alan Jerry...
I'm sorry, what did you just say? What?
to set up fake scenarios of rape so they can induce Stockholm Syndrome and gaslighting. You think about this in real life. The men who exploit children and women and do pedophilia, Al and Jerry and those men in Ocean Shores had to be known for being willing to already do the things that would lead a grown man to kill himself and destroy a family. Right? That's their reputation. Their reputation had to already be known in the pedophilia community.
What is happening? What's going on here? I don't get it. Is he like trying to stop pedophiles?
To do those things to my wife and me, like it was part of their history. Is your family missing? Think about it. Common sense. Cut out my tongue. Somebody asked me,
I should probably do a clap test.
the secret to a good marriage? Keeping an eye out for low-life military scum like my neighbors Al and Jerry and other military men who go against the word they gave their God, their family, and their country to protect American citizens like me and assume, because they would jump at the first chance to fornicate with women outside of their marriage, other men will too. Right? You think about that in real life, my international...
Oh, so it's like a feud?
Foster kids from the international community got to watch the military try and destroy mine and my wife's marriage, trying to manipulate my traumatic brain injury and mine and my wife's autism so we would fornicate with other people and take our own lives or cause the other person to take their own life. Right? Doing exactly what terrorist organizations and Islam and things like that need to have to get new...
He's got black eyes, like a shark's eyes.
Ignorance. Got my package from Amazon?
Okay.
Alexa, you want to run your Autobots like Optimus Prime? It all starts on Prime Day.
What is it?
In that series of Fibonacci sequences that contains all the ones and zeros.
Cordless oral irrigator.
To create all of the algorithms or gather all of the strings for your singularity. Right? You think about this? Alexa, do you want to run your Autobots like Optimus Prime? It all starts on Prime Day. And that series of ones and zeros that exists inside the universe is Prime or Pi. What exists inside a Pi? Everything you need for your singularity in this reality? Think about it.
What the fuck is he saying?
What doesn't exist before you can create it.
Huh?
Helly Hansen makes me hella handsome while I lend a helping hand, son. Because honesty and integrity are part of their corporate policy. When I trek the mountains and travel the 7 seas, Helly Hansen makes it a breeze. In 1877, a man from Norway was asked to solve the riddle of King Arthur, and he said no way. Then he changed his mind the very next day. And 100 years later, in 1977, the 7th son of a 7th son was born on the 7th sunny side of Sunnyside, Washington. Excalibur. Exercise calisthenics. Burr, it's cold out.
What's he doing?
Do my exercise and my calisthenics. I'm lancing a lot. Lance a lot.
What he says makes sense as in it's coherent. It's just that he always manages to deliver it in the most confusing way possible. This man isn't funny. He's scared. People are trying to manipulate him to kill himself. This is gold. I am both confused and horrified. I feel like this is some sort of subliminal messaging. Yeah, I'm so confused.
Then if I jump on the other side of the stone-cold mirror lens, Merlin, a lady in the lake, hands me the mythical sword of Excalibur that has the power to heal head injuries from the Knights of the Round Table. Excalibur. Knowledge leads to power, and you don't give power to the feeble-minded because they abuse it. Torah.
Did he fart?
Guide. Bible. A collection of scientific books. Quran. All of the light. Put their names in order. Right? A guide of scientific books to all of the light. Cain killed Abel in a field. In real life, right? Neuroscience has proven Cain, sugar, kills your ability of your soul to communicate with the light or raise your intelligence so you can understand things you normally wouldn't understand. In every religion, fasting for prayers in Ramadan is required so you can raise your consciousness or your closest brother, your soul, so it can communicate with all of the light.
What? Vow protocol.
I won't lie to you. I know he's just not right for you. Who
What?
never hid the truth from this apocalypse from you? Who's your best friend? Who's the best friend of your soul, your cognition, your spark of light that is real light, your biological vessel? And we know Cain in a field, and from a field kills its ability to heal itself.
Am I gonna get copyright claimed because of the music he's playing in the background?
The revelation of knowledge from Cain and Abel. Once you get the religious moral point, there's a real life apocalypse. Cain kills your soul's ability to heal its biological vessel and raise its cognition. Backed up by neuroscience. Cain kills your soul's ability or your best friend's ability.
Oh, that looks horrifying.
I know he's just not right for you.
Candy.
The Pope, I mean, has the oldest
Oh, it's candied apple. Apple, Abel, candy, cane.
scientific books about dopamine that turns you into a dope and mean sugar withdrawal.
Oh, never mind. He went on a completely...
prevents your biological vessel from healing itself. You think about that? The oldest collection of scientific books exists at the Vatican. And the Pope, I mean, knows the truth about dopamine that turns you into dope and makes you mean. Why would the Vatican want to hide all of those apocalypses from all of humanity and prevent the lifting of the veil?
You know, as confusing as some of these things are, as confusing as some of the things he's saying here, he's using apocalypse correctly. So, I gotta give him credit for that.
Why? Common sense isn't so common. I want you guys to think about this. At the top of the scientific community is string theory, superstring theory, M theory, and M's theory given to humanity in 1996 that states, right, there's multiple realms and realities, multiple Earths.
I didn't know there was a hierarchy in the scientific community.
Graham's number and everything. All of the physicists' hopes, dreams, and fantasies are a reality at the top of the scientific community, but not yours because you don't study it. What exists at the top of the scientific community? Black holes, other Earths, right? The light that all of religion and all of science states we come from and return to, right? The messenger of every religion equal to Ezekiel and a gateway.
Okay.
Right. But all of their dreams can be real, but not yours because you don't study it.
Okay.
If you put
Hey,
one foot
dog.
on sea and 1 foot on land, you'll never land and understand quantum field theory.
What?
You'll levitate. Like a Levite, if you put 1 foot on sea and 1 foot on land, you'll never land. Love is quantifiable. Love is not the satisfaction of a chemical reaction, but the sensation of a neural network's quantum entangled electromagnetic radiation. If you put 1 foot on sea and 1 foot on land, you'll never land. No. You think about that? You put 1 foot on sea and 1 foot on land, you'll never land, and you'll never grow up because it's a trap, and you'll be in fasting or ketosis all of the time. Or when you first had synesthesia, son, I see ya. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, Right? The cryptography from Mary Poppins, Christopher Robins, and Sesame that I see. Right? You think about the Cookie Monster? Hangry, hungry and angry, hangry. Mary Poppins, the spoonful of sugar will help the medicine go down. Christopher Robbins, right? If you can't put down the sugar or honey, you'll
This isn't like an anti-sugar thing?
withdrawals and have dopamine fluctuations. You'll become a dope and mean, right? You'll become Winnie the Pooh, whiny, and your brain will turn to poo. You think about this in real life at the top of psychology and Western medicine. They state most of the neurological disorders in children aren't real. They're sugar withdrawals. We just have failed to teach the adults and children in the United States the amount of sugar they consume causes all of the symptoms of neurological disorders without actually having them.
I don't know what it is I just watched. I guess it's like anti-sugar? An anti-sugar thing? Is that the thing? I'm not entirely sure what I just saw. Yes, thank you, Gil, for that Martin Cabello compilation. Last but not least is X. So this is wavy. I can't read that. Wavy, regular, regular music video. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is pretty low. Oh, 1080. Okay, maybe it's buffering. I wonder how much of this is like green screen. I wonder how much of it is green screen. Like a good chunk has to be green screen, but I don't know. That was really good choreography. Like those look like they just look like they were cloned. Wow, that was very clean. Whoa, look at all that. They're trading stocks. Yeah, that has to be, yeah, so this has to be green screen because when the monitors were flickering, on this gentleman here, his hair wasn't really flickering on the backlight wasn't flickering. Yeah, so the backlight's not flickering, right? So so it's not like in-camera prop. So this is I think this is green screen. This is a very clean green screen though. So for anybody who's like curious as to like why I talk about how I think something is done in these music videos, it's primarily because like I don't really have much to say when it comes to the music of it all because I don't listen to music. And well, I don't really listen to music, and I can't really figure out what's being said. So the visuals are largely what I have to go off of. Oh, there we go. There was the green screen. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. I knew it. I was right. It's kind of crazy how smooth their skin is. And I don't think that's done in software. In software, you oftentimes get this very sort of like buttery sheen that looks very unnatural. Like, if you ever seen anybody who like has like a Zoom call or something, and then they crank up the clean your face up kind of feature that Zoom has, they look like very fake, right? But this is pretty natural in terms of cleaning. I think it's it has to be a mix of makeup as well as very soft lighting. Because lighting can actually make your skin look a lot healthier than it actually does. And then makeup does a lot of the other stuff. So, yeah. But it is kind of like impressive how smooth their skin are. So I don't understand the dudes wearing like lipstick thing. Or lip balm, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, but I am curious as to like what it's supposed to signify, or like what is it like is it like a thing? I don't know. Is it an aesthetic thing? I have no idea. That diamond break. I think there's a... What was it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, and then... Okay, so... Got the diamond. So the diamond here is probably, like, real. It's probably... Well, it might not be real. It's pretty flat. It looks pretty flat. And the shadow isn't particularly clear. And they might not have used, like, a real diamond, because, like, a real diamond in his mouth, or, like, a real, like, prop diamond in his mouth, probably would have looked very... it wouldn't have looked with that kind of luster. It wouldn't have that kind of luster in real life, right? And so there's no way you would have been able to do that without... You probably wouldn't have been able to do that without risking, like, lighting up the face in a way that makes it look kind of off, right? So we got the generic sparkle textures. It's kind of masked in. You can kind of see, like, the mask here. So you can see you can actually see the mask. It's just literally just right about here, because nothing else moves. Well, we got a little bit of a particle here, but other than that, nothing really moves, right? So, okay, twinkle, twinkle, no. So, yeah, so this diamond here is completely fake. This diamond here is completely fake because when it shifts to a different color, the shadows in the diamond's refraction are completely the same. So they're unchanged. It just looks like there's been a shift on the tint. There's been a change on the tint. And so it looks like it's, like, glittering, right? So there we go. And then we move in. Okay, so, yeah. So you can take a look at the... Yeah, so it's being slightly rotated as there's probably some sort of overlay on the sequence that's been nested. That changes the color of the diamond, but it doesn't change the way that the refraction happens. So you can see the pattern of the diamond here is determined, right? So the pattern of the diamond is determined by the shadows that the light would be refracting off of it. But as you can see, even when the color changes, the pattern is still the exact same. You got that little edge around here. You got that little V shape here. So it completely doesn't change. It would change in a situation where light bounces off of it. It would look very different. And he bites down. Okay, so it breaks. It completely shatters. It doesn't buckle. It completely shatters. And becomes. This isn't too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about okay. So 7 frames. It's not. So this isn't too bad, right? They got a little bit of a glow here. They got a little bit of a glow here to sort of mimic the light. But it's no, they don't. Okay, never mind. They don't. That is actually just the shadow moving. That's the shadow of his jaw on the collar moving. There's a light from the top. So because the shadow here isn't moving. So I don't know why I'm spending so much time talking about this one very specific diamond breaking scene. This actually is pretty interesting. Oh, it's just upside down. The camera's just upside down. Never mind, because the candles are upside down as well. The candles over here are upside down. Okay, never mind. Okay. So that was regular. That was regular by Wavy. That was submitted by X. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm really sorry that I can't speak more substantively about these music videos you keep sending me. It's just that I don't know anything about music, and I don't know what they're saying. So there's not really much for me to talk about other than its visuals, and most of the times it's just me trying to break down and see what some of the visuals are like. It is very compared to the previous videos you've sent me, right? Oh, there we go. There's the green screen. But compared to the videos you sent me before, these feel more. I wonder if it's is it a sort of a male male band kind of thing where these videos are a lot more they're a lot more, I wouldn't say energetic, but they have a lot more body movement. They've got a lot more bodily dancing, if that makes a lot of sense. Whereas the previous ones have been they've been largely women, and they've sort of been interested in telling a specific kind of story. These ones also seem to be a lot darker. The previous ones feel they felt kind of like clothing model ads in the form of music videos, but these ones have these very specific stark highlights. They have very stark highlights. They have very you can even see the highlights here, right? They have pretty deep shadows, stark highlights. The colors, it feels very different. But it could just be me speculating. So yeah, thank you very much. And as always, if you want me to react, it's on the Patreon. I know this is a very, very poor way for me to try and sell this whole process, but I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.